Semi-auto rifle. Semi-auto rifle ammo. 9. Loaded. 9. Reserve. Set double barrel shotgun. Shotgun ammo. 2. Loaded. 6. Reserve. Incendiary shells. 1. Craftable. Craft pipe incendiary shells. Craftable. Recipe you now have. Double barrel shotgun. Incendiary shells. 0. Loaded. 2. Reserve. Shotgun ammo. 8. Craftable. Double barrel shotgun. Shotgun ammo. 2. Loaded. 4. Reserve. Incendiary shells. 0. Craftable. Health kit. 2. Craftable. 1. Pistol ammo. 2. Shotgun ammo. One. Pickaxe. Durability. 3. One. Scythe. Durability. 5. 1. Pickaxe. Durability. 3. 1. Scythe. Durability. 5. 2. Pistol ammo.
Machine gun.
One half. Elk pipe bombs. 0. Craftable. Craft pipe incense pipe bombs. Craftable. Recipe you now have. Pipe bombs. 2. Craftable. Ball.
Fuck. That was rough. Let's get to the village.
Welcome to Audio Games Tutorial, a place where you can find walkthroughs and tutorials for accessible games for the blind and visually impaired.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As you can expect from the video title and beginning video. No, I mean video at the beginning of this. Yeah. No, I mean the cutscene, or I mean a part of the playthrough on this beginning of the video. No, on the beginning of this video. I've sucked to my English, sorry. This is The Last of Us Part 2 walkthrough. And yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 is a continuous story. Or story about what happened next to Ellie after a few years. Joel taking out Ellie from the hospital. It is because of Ellie is immune from infected, and people from Fireflies try to or want to make a cure, but Joel doesn't want that to happen. So that's why Joel taking out Ellie and kill all people in that hospital. So if you want to know more the story, you can go watch the part 1 playthrough or walkthrough or whatever you call it. But well, this is Audio Games Tutorial, and I don't have proper camera setup, but at least for people who have sighted or for people who have vision, you can still see the screen record. So without further ado, I will launch this game. So this is version 1.6.10721.105, which is the latest version since this recording been made. So I skipped the first time startup screen is because it's just the same like TLOU part 1. So I done that part and now it just straight into main menu to save time. So for TLOU part 2, wait.
Story. Play the main story of The Last of Us Part 2.
Here you are. Okay. For first, each time you run The Last of Us Part 2, you will hear that music that you heard just now. But you can simply skip that menu by pressing any keys on your keyboard or controller, and it will skip and straight away here to main menu. So the first thing first that I want to do is make a configuration, and the part 1 is same like The Last of Us Part 1, which is I will show you through the configuration. It almost the same like TLOU Part 1, but yeah, just a revision for you. Okay.
No return. Survive through a series of randomized combat encounters in roguelike runs. Recommended only for players who have completed the main story.
Somehow it just stuck. I don't know. I'm not sure in video, but in from my hearing, it just stuck for a while. I don't know why, but it's okay.
Options. Extras. Options. Extras. Making of. Behind the scenes look into the making of The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay, so
Quit to desktop.
before I continue, on The Last of Us Part 2, we got a lost level, which that lost level is not really accessible for us to play. Yeah, we can play, but we don't know the dialogue. I don't know why, but yeah, that's the way that developer or Naughty Dog do that. But it's okay. At least we can play, and we have a developer commentary that I will show in the end of this series later on, not now. I will just go through the full story first. Then I will go through lost level. Then I will go to no return. Okay.
Story. No return. Options. Controls.
Right. So
X button. Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
first
Circle
thing first,
button. Back.
we go to control first. Okay.
Controls. View controls. View the currently selected control scheme.
Okay. The keys is
X button. Select. Circle button. Back.
the keys is same like a TLOU part 1. Nothing much change. Okay. Just
Customize control. Controller input. Remember shoulder controller input. On. When disabled, the game will not respond to input from a controller.
okay.
Remember shoulder swap. Off. Remember the shoulder your camera was over from the last time you aimed instead of defaulting to the right every time.
Not for us. Okay.
Left and right directional buttons. Melee while aiming. Off. Allows the player to melee with. Square button. While aiming. When enabled, melee will take priority over fire, scope, or shoulder swap if any of those controls are bound to the same button.
Okay. So
On.
I set it to on.
Photo mode shortcut. Off. Enables a shortcut to enter photo mode with L3 button, R3 button, or P.
Okay.
Toggle HUD shortcut. Off. Enables a command to hide display all HUD elements with H. This will bypass the settings in the HUD menu.
All right.
Listen mode. Hold. Change the input method for listen mode. Weapon swap. Weapons only. Adjust which slots are focused when tapping R1 button to navigate the weapon cross.
Wait.
All slots. All slots. Items only. Weapons only.
So this is
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
when you press R1 to swap. So you can quickly swap through an items. By default is set to weapon. So I think I just leave it by default like this.
All slots. Weapons only.
Just leave it here.
Weapon swap invert. Off. Swap the direction of item selection using R1 button in the weapon cross. Quick turn. Corridor input. Adjust the input for quick turn. Off. Quick turn is disabled. Corridor input. Default. Press X button while moving backwards. Hold left stick backward or press U to quick turn. Input only. Press U to quick turn. Weapon cross selection mode. Hover. Determine which selection mode to use. Hover. Default. Equip items by hovering over their slots. Click. Equip items by clicking on their slots. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
Okay, just leave it default.
Weapon cross open mode. Hold. Change the input method for opening the weapon cross. Mouse and keyboard only. Weapon cross scroll. Weapon cross open mode. Hold. Change the input method for opening the weapon cross. Mouse and keyboard only. Hold. Default. Hold. Middle mouse click to open the weapon cross. Toggle. Press. Middle mouse click to open the weapon cross. Press. Middle mouse click again to close the weapon cross. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
Okay, wait. I need to take my remote first. Wait, where's my remote? Air conditioning. Okay. Okay. Continue. Go down.
Weapon cross scroll. Items only. Adjust which slots are focused when using mouse scroll up and mouse scroll down to navigate the weapon cross. If set to input switch, use B to toggle navigation through items or weapons. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
So just go through the settings in quick, one by one like this, and I will tell you which to turn on for optimizing the experience for blind player. Okay.
Scroll invert. Off. Slow move and scroll invert. Off. Swap the direction of item selection using mouse scroll up and mouse scroll down in the weapon cross. Left and right directional button. Slow move input. Hold. Adjust the input for reducing movement speed. Some enemies can hear your footsteps if you move quickly, even when crouched. Hold. Default. Hold. Left control to move slowly with left stick. Release to move at full speed. Toggle. Press left control to reduce movement speed. Press left control again to move at full speed.
Okay.
Unlock camera movement. Hold. Change the input method for controlling the camera in the backpack menus. Hold. Default. Hold. Left control to unlock the camera. Release to lock it. Toggle. Press left control to unlock camera control. Press left control again to lock the camera. Always, the cursor is hidden and moving the mouse always controls the camera.
Okay, wait.
Toggle. Always. Always. Slow unlock camera movement. Always. Hold.
Don't do that.
Left and right directional but toggle. Hold.
Just leave it default for this one, because for blind player, our character must tight to camera because it will make things easier for us.
Look sensitivity X 50. Look sensitivity Y 50. Range 1 2 100. Adjust the vertical speed of the camera when not aiming. Mouse only. Aiming sensitivity X 50. Aiming sensitivity Y 50.
Okay.
Scope sensitivity X 25. Range. Scope sensitive. Mouse smoothing 0. Look invert Y off. Aiming invert Y off. Look mirror X off. Mirror the horizontal rotation direction of your camera when not aiming. Mouse only. Aiming mirror X off. Mirror the horizontal rotation direction of your camera while aiming. Mouse only. Left it. Look sensitivity X 50. Range 1 2 100. Adjust the horizontal speed of the camera when not aiming. Controller on. Look aiming scopes aiming accelerate aiming ramp power aim scope sensitivity Y aiming acceleration scale 100. Range 1 2 100. Changes how much the camera accelerates at high amounts of stick deflection. Left and right directional buttons. Change aiming ramp power scale 50. Range 1 2 100. Changes the aim speed to stick deflection curve. The higher the value, the less the camera moves at lower amounts of stick deflection. Left and right directional buttons. Look invert Y. Off. Invert the vertical rotation direction of your camera when not aiming. Aiming invert Y. Off. Look mirror X. Off. Aiming mirror X. Off. Mirror the horizontal rotation direct motion sensor function aiming. Off. Enables using the orientation of the controller to adjust your aim direction. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. Sensitivity X. Locked. Adjust the horizontal movement sensitivity of the motion sensor function. To modify the setting, enable motion sensor function aiming. Try sensitivity Y. Aiming invert Y. Locked. Aiming mirror X. Locked. Camera assist. Off. Aim assist. Camera assist. Off. Automatically reorients the camera in the direction of your movement. Controller only. Select horizontal or vertical to limit assistance to that axis. Designed for
Okay.
players who are new to action games or have difficulty using left stick and right stick simultaneously.
Here you are. This.
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
I will turn it on. Okay, again, I let you hear the instruction.
Aiming mirror X. Camera assist. Off. Automatically reorients the camera in the direction of your movement. Controller only. Select horizontal or vertical to limit assistance to that axis. Designed for players who are new to action games or have difficulty using left stick and right stick simultaneously. On.
Okay.
Left and right direct horizontal. Vertical. Vertical. Horizontal. On.
I will set to on. Right.
Aim assist. 10. Range. 0. 2. 10. Adjust the strength of aim assist. Aim assist subtly pulls your reticle towards targets when aiming, and adds slight resistance when pulling the reticle off of an enemy.
So this is automatic aiming.
Left camera assist. On. Aim assist. 10. Lock on aim. Off. Automatically lock on to enemy targets when aiming. Targets the center of the enemy's body by default. Use right stick to target the head or legs. If set to auto target, you will lock on to the next enemy automatically even if they're off screen.
So,
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
this is mandatory for blind player because at some point or at some scene, you will need to aim your sniper with your scope later on. Like for example, when Tommy teach you how to use rifle, then you need to use a scope and snipe the infectors down to the mountains, I think. So, in that situation, if you not turn on this option, then you can't aim. You don't know where to aim and stuff. So, hard. Or I can even say it's impossible for us that not have any sighted that not have any vision at all to aim without this assist. So I need to set on automatic.
On. Auto target.
No, yeah, auto target.
Auto target.
Okay, just leave that.
Lock on strength. 10. Range. 1. 2. 10. Adjust the pull strength of lock on aim. View controls. View the currently selected control scheme.
Right, we're done on control.
Egg controls. Haptics.
Now we go to haptics.
Haptics. Output device. Active. Adjust which controller will receive vibrations. By
So,
default, only the active controller will vibrate. When set to most recent, the most recently used controller will vibrate even if another input device is active.
we
Use
gotta.
this setting when playing with a mouse and controller together.
I think we gotta
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Circle button. Back.
settings here that we need to change. I forgot. So let's go through it.
Adaptive triggers. On. Enables adaptive triggers, which provide resistance when holding down L2, R2 buttons. Resist adaptive triggers. On. Enables adaptive triggers, which provide resistance when holding down L2, R2 buttons. Resistance is only applied when aim or firearm up to L2 or R2. Aiming only. Resistance when aiming. Firing only. Resistance when firing or reloading weapons. Quick throwing or using an item.
Okay.
Left and right directional buttons. Bow resistance. On. Enables adaptive triggers resistance when drawing the bow. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Circle button. Back.
Bow resistant. I like it. I loved it even.
Menu. 10. Range. 0. 2. 10. Overall gameplay. 10. Range. 0. 2. 10. Adjust the intensity of all gameplay controller vibrations. Menu. 10. Range. 0. 2. 10. Adjust the vibration intensity while navigating menus. Overall game player actions. 10. Range. 0. 2. 10. Adjust the vibration intensity of vaulting, pushing, and other player-initiated actions. Melee 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the vibration intensity of player melee attacks. Gunshots and bow 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the vibration intensity of firing guns and drawing the bow. Enemy attacks 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the vibration intensity of getting hit by enemy melee attacks and gunshots. Ambient weather 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the vibration intensity of ambient weather effects such as rain, snow, and wind. Environment events 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the vibration intensity of environmental events and destruction such as explosions, crashes, and collapses. Cinematics on. Enables vibrations during cinematics. Accessibility 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the intensity of combat vibration cues and navigation assistance. Speech to vibrations. Accessibility 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the intensity of combat vibration cues and navigation assistance. Combat vibration cues and navigation assistance can be enabled in options. Accessibility.
Later on, I'll
Left
show
and
you
right
this one.
direction of speech to vibrations and speech to vibrations off. When enabled, spoken dialogue is also played through the DualSense trademark wireless controller as vibrations, allowing the player to feel how the line is delivered. Speech to vibrations intensity locked. Adjust the vibration intensity of spoken dialogue. To modify the setting, enable speech to vibrations. Output device active. Adjust which controller will receive vibrations.
Okay.
Speech to vibrations and haptics HUD.
I forgot.
X button, select, triangle button, reset to defaults, circle button, back.
Where to set one settings that is mandatory for blind player, because later on when I start the story, you will know why. I won't tell you now, but at least I will show you later on. Okay.
Subtitles. HUD.
We go to HUD like usual. We
X
need
button.
to
Select. HUD. Reticles. Default. Adjust the style of the reticle when aiming a weapon.
turn in
Default. The reticle will show the extent of the weapon's accuracy. Simple. The reticle will only show a dot. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Weapon cross. On. Enables HUD use swap weapons and throwables.
need to activate,
Left and right directional buttons.
A few
Change.
menus
Circle button.
here.
Back.
and I think I feel like this thing is distracting me. X button, select, circle button, back, blah 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 blah, because I want to talk X as well, not just you, che. It's okay, just joking. So I think I cannot turn off that instruction or hint. So yeah, it's okay. Never mind. I will let the screen reader to talk first before I talk. So be patient.
Slot prompts. On. Enables a HUD showing the corresponding inputs for weapon cross slots. Damage indicators. On. Enables HUD spikes in the direction damage was taken. Awareness indicators. Off. Enables HUD element warning you when enemies are about to spot you and from which direction. Stealth. Awareness indicators display until you are spotted. Always. Awareness indicators persist during combat. This setting is recommended for players who are deaf or hard of hearing. Left and
Yeah.
right directional buttons. Change. Circle button. Back.
I love this game is just of this, because they are taking care of accessibility, like for blind player, for deaf and hearing problem, hearing difficult player. Yeah, I like it really. Good job, Naughty Dog. So proceed.
Hit markers. Default. Enables HUD markers that appear when you shoot and hit an enemy. Default. The hit marker will be right on a kill shot. Classic. The hit marker will always be white. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Circle button. Back. Arc throw path. On. Enables HUD when L2 button. Aiming a throwable. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Circle button. Back.
Okay.
Health and weapon. On. Enables HUD displaying your weapon, health, and current status effects. Left and right directional buttons. Health bar. On. Weapon and ammo. Health bar. On. Enables HUD displaying your health and breath bar. Weapon and ammo display. On. Enables HUD displaying your currently equipped weapon and ammo. Left status effects. On. Enables HUD displaying status effects. Tutorial messages. Locked. Enables HUD messages for teaching gameplay mechanics.
So
When set to minimal, only critical tutorials will be enabled. Complete story to unlock.
this thing,
Circle button. Back.
as you can hear, complete story to unlocked. So Yeah, I haven't played yet on this save, so I can't turn this, or I cannot toggle this to whatever I want. You see that when I press left and right arrow? Yeah, just like that. I cannot adjust it.
Hints. Sometimes enables gameplay hints that appear when you're lost in an area for some time.
Okay.
Hints are activated by pressing L3 button. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Circle button. Back.
So for hints, I will turn it off in this case. I will explain to you by myself, so no worries.
Off. Off. Speedrun timer. Default. Adjust the visibility of the in-game timer during speedrun mode. When set to minimal, the timer will only appear during chapter transitions or paused. Left and right directional pickup notifications. Off. Displays a HUD notification when you pick up ammo, crafting ingredients, or other resources.
Sure, need to turn on.
On.
For blind player. Okay.
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. Dodge prompts. Sometimes, adjust the frequency of the L1 button. Dodge tutorial prompt that appears when enemies begin a melee attack. Left and right directional frequent.
Okay, dodge. Dodge prompt. I haven't tried frequent yet. Oh, by the way, sorry if you can hear the background noises. It's just because a construction work is happening here. So sorry if you got disturbed, but I hope not. Yeah, you hear that? That sound. Okay. Ignore it. Continue. So I will try to set on frequent and see.
Sometime off. Pick up dodge prompts. Off. Adjust the frequency of the L1 button. Dodge tutorial prompt that appears when enemies begin a melee attack.
Oh.
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
Oh, no.
Circle button. Back.
This is a tutorial, so I think I will turn it off for this. It's okay. No problem.
Grab strike prompts. On. Enables HUD prompts when you are able to. Triangle button. Grab or. Square button. Strike a nearby enemy. Left and right on. Off. On. Pickup prompts. On. Grab strike pickup prompts. On. Enables. Triangle button. Prompts when you are near pickups. Left and right directional buttons. Interact prompts. On. Enables HUD prompts when you are able to. Triangle button. Interact with nearby doors and objects. Collectible tracking. Off. Displays a special icon when a collectible has already been picked up in a previous playthrough. Boss health. On. Enables HUD displaying a health bar for boss fights in no return. Listen mode indicators. On. Enable HUD markers while in listen mode pointing to supply caches and dead drops in no return.
Oh, good.
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
This is a no return. So I'll show you after I done the main story of The Last of Us Part 2.
Gambits. Default. Enables HUD messages for active gambits in no return. When set to minimal, the gambit will only display on state changes such as progress or completion. Left and right directional
Gambits.
buttons. Change.
So,
Triangle button.
yeah,
Reset to
this
defaults.
is in,
Circle button. Back.
The no return mode later on. Okay. So next.
Dead drops. Default. Enables HUD display for dead drops in no return.
Yeah.
When set to minimal, the dead drop HUD will only display when close enough to interact with. Mods. Default. Adjust how mods are displayed when activated in no return. Default. Enables both HUD and effects around the player when a mod activates. HUD only. Mod activation only show in HUD. Effects only. Mod activation only shown with effects.
Okay.
Left and right
I
directional
haven't tried that
buttons.
yet before.
Change. Triangle
So
button.
later on
Reset
we
to
will
defaults.
explore.
Circle button. Back.
I will explore together with you, so you can watch. You can enjoy.
Encounter display. On. Enables HUD element with encounter information in no return. Hideout currency. On. Enables HUD element displaying current quantities of supplements, parts, and currency while in the hideout in no return. Left and right directional buttons. Enemy markers. Default. Adjust the style of enemy markers in no return. Default. Displays a marker for incoming waves and the last enemy standing. Last enemy. Only show a marker for the last enemy standing. Incoming. Only show a marker for incoming waves.
Okay.
Left and right directional button. Countdown. On. Enables HUD for wave and encounter countdowns in no return. Mouse hover. Default. Adjust the appearance of menu items when hovered with the mouse cursor. Input icon mode. Dynamic. Adjust the input device used to display HUD icons. Controller icon type, default. Colored face buttons, controller icon type, default. Adjust the type of controller used to display HUD icons. When set to default, prompts will try to automatically detect and display the correct device. Colored face buttons, off. Enable colored versions of face buttons, X button, triangle button, circle button, square button. Left and right directional buttons, performance HUD, off. Enables HUD displaying performance stats.
Alright.
Left and right directional buttons, change.
Down
triangle
here
button,
is a
reset to
performance HUD
defaults, circle button,
that
back.
is don't need for us because it will not automatically read the HUD the performance for us. I don't know if it can, but yeah, I won't. I not turn on for this.
FPS counter, locked. Seats, GPU temperature, locked. GPU clock speed, locked. VRAM usage, MB. VRAM usage, locked. RAM usage, performance HUD size, locked. Reticles, default, HUD.
Okay, next
Subtitles,
we go to
display,
display. Oh no, subtitles.
X
Just
button, subtitles.
give you a quick look.
Subtitles, off. Enable subtitles for spoken dialogue. Size, locked. Subtitles, off. Enable subtitles for spoken dialogue. Story dialogue, enable subtitles for main characters, important enemy dialogue, and cinematics. Combat dialogue, enable subtitles for additional enemy dialogue while in stealth and combat. Story plus combat story dialogue, off.
Okay, I just off because I don't need it.
Size, locked. Background, locked. Its size, locked. Adjust the size of the subtitle text. To modify this setting, enable subtitles.
Okay.
Circle button, background, locked. Enables a dark background behind subtitles to improve legibility. To modify this setting, enable subtitles. Names, locked. Displays the name of the speaker with the subtitle. To modify this setting, enable subtitles.
Okay.
Name colors, locked. When subtitle names are enabled, displays the names with a unique color per speaker. To modify this setting, enable subtitles.
Okay.
Circle button, direction, locked. Enables an arrow next to subtitles indicating the screen relative direction of the person speaking. Color, direction, locked. Enables an arrow next to subtitles indicating the screen relative direction of the person speaking. Does not display for on-screen speakers. To modify this setting, enable subtitles.
Alright.
Color, locked. Changes the color of subtitle text. To modify this setting, enable subtitles. Subtitles, off. Subtitles.
Alright, next settings.
Display.
Display. So here.
X button, select. Triangle button, reset to defaults. Circle button, back.
I will show you.
Graphics.
We got a display and
X
graphic
button,
settings.
Display.
So for blind player who don't
X
need
button, select. Triangle
displays
button,
and graphic,
reset to defaults.
then you
Circle
can
button, back.
adjust settings here.
Display. 1. Select which screen, monitor, or television the game should occupy. Display window mode. Display 1. Select which screen, monitor, or television the game should occupy. Displays are numbered according to the operating system settings.
Okay. So
Window mode. Full screen. Switches between full screen, windowed, and exclusive full screen modes.
this is a
Left
window
and right
type.
directional
I
buttons.
don't know what.
Change. L1 button.
So just,
show graphics options. R2 button. Toggle descriptions. L3 button.
Oh, wait.
Hide menu. Circle button. Back.
Again. Read again.
This window mode. Full screen. Switches between full screen, windowed, and exclusive full screen modes. Left and right directional buttons. Change. L1 button. Show graphics options. R2 button. Toggle descriptions. L3 button. Hide menu. Circle button. Back.
Okay. What's this?
This window mode. Full
Wait.
screen. Switches between full screen, windowed, and exclusive full screen modes. Left and right directional buttons. Change. L1 button. Show graphics options. R2 button. Toggle descriptions. L3 button. Hide menu. Circle button. Back.
It doesn't read, really?
Aspect ratio. Window mode. Full screen. Switches between full screen, windowed, and exclusive full screen modes. Left and right directional buttons. Change. L1 button. Show graphics. Preset. Medium. Adjust display. Window mode. Aspect ratio. Auto. Changes the graphic display. Graphics. Graph display.
So it's good to know that
X button. Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
we can just directly switch to graphic settings from the display settings. We don't need to press back and go down to graphics and go inside. We just need to press L1 button and it will cycle to graphic settings. Okay, good. So let's do it later on.
Display. Window mode. Aspect ratio. Auto. Changes the correct aspect ratio of the game.
Okay.
This 4 by 3. 5 by 4.
So this is a
Square button. Apply changes. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
This
L1
is a,
button. Show graphics options.
aspect,
R2 button. Toggle descriptions.
aspect
L3
ratio
button.
of this
Hide menu.
game.
Circle button. Back.
It's too long, the message, really.
16 by 10 21 by 9 32 by 9 32 by 9
So
16 by 10 16 by 9. Are you sure you want to keep apply changes? Yes. Display aspect ratio 16 by 9
Okay.
changes the correct aspect ratio of the game.
try to use
This
this
can be
one.
used to simulate a wider or more narrow view of the game than the native aspect ratio of your display. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to
But I
defaults.
think this is-
L1 button. Show
if I
graphics
just-
options. R2 button. Auto. Are you sure? Yes.
Auto also no problem.
Display resolution 1920 by 1200 changes the display resolution for the game.
Okay,
VSync on. Synchronize the frame rate of the game with your monitor or television's refresh rate.
I will turn this
Left and
off.
right direct off. Refresh rate locked. Set the refresh rate used by your display device.
Okay.
Can only be adjusted when using exclusive full screen. To modify this setting, enable exclusive full screen mode.
So I just leave it.
Square button.
Here.
Apply frame rate cap 360. Range 30 to 360. Apply maximum limit to the game's frame rate. Note, enabling frame generation will double the selected frame rate cap. Square button. Anti-aliasing mode locked. Techniques to smooth out geometry edges. Square button. Apply frame anti-aliasing mode. NVIDIA Reflex low latency on. NVIDIA Reflex reduces system latence and increases PC responsiveness.
Okay, this
When
is
enabled, NVIDIA Reflex will reduce latency from the GPU. Boost mode will try to also reduce latency from the CPU. Square button. Apply changes.
So-
Left and right on with boost. On with boost.
this is graphic or display settings. Yeah, at least
On off with markers. Off.
not have too much impact for blind player. So I just leave it default.
Off with mark on. AMD Anti-Lag 2. Locked. AMD Radeon Anti-Lag 2 reduces the system latency, the time between user inputs and visual responses, by applying frame alignment between the CPU and GPU jobs. AMD
Okay.
Radeon Anti-Lag 2 works best in GPU-limited scenarios by preventing CPU work from being queued up while the GPU is busy, not supported on your current hardware.
Yeah, here you are.
Frame generation. Off. Frame generation generates additional frames using the data of the latest frames. Enabling this setting disables dynamic resolution scaling.
So I don't use this.
Square button. Apply max generated frames. Locked. The maximum amount of frames the selected frame generation method may generate. Only available when the selected frame generation method supports more than one generated frame. Upscale method. DLSS. Allows switching between multiple anti-aliasing and upscaling algorithms.
Okay,
These are used both to provide improved visuals as well as to improve performance.
so
This
for
includes NVIDIA DLSS, AMD FSR, and Intel GSS, if supported. Use the options below to set a quality level, or enable dynamic resolution scaling to automatically adjust quality to maintain a consistent target frame rate. An
blind
upscale
player,
method must be selected when dynamic resolution
it's
scaling
too
is
long.
enabled. Max generated frames. Locked. The maximum amount of frames the selected frame generation method may generate. Only available when the selected frame generation method supports more than one generated frame. Square button. Apply changes. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. L1 button. Show graphics options. R2 button. Toggle descriptions. L3 button. Hide menu. Circle button. Back.
so for blind player, we don't need this option too much, but because of this video purposes, I need to turn on DLSS and blah 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 blah. And this is by default actually on The Last of Us Part 2. If on Part 1 you need to turn it on, right? But in Part 2 this is a default option. I haven't changed anything yet, anything yet until I start this video. So no, I mean until I record this video. So if you are a blind player that don't need visual, then you can just turn this off, and it will just nothing happen to
Square
you.
button. Apply changes. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. L1 button. Show graphics options. R2 button. Toggle descriptions.
Nothing,
L3 button. Hide menu. Circle button. Back.
Nothing will happen to you, and you can continue playing the game. Yeah, it will improve performance for blind player. So if I press L3 just to try. Oh,
Max generated frames. Locked. Upscale max generated frames. Upscale method. DLSS. Max generated frames.
So.
Upscale method. DLSS. Allows switching between multiple anti-aliasing and upscaling algorithms. These are used both to provide improved visuals as well as to improve performance. This includes NVIDIA DLSS, AMD FSR, and Intel GSS, if supported. Use the options below to set a quality level, or enable dynamic resolution scaling to automatically adjust quality to maintain a consistent target frame rate. An upscale method must be selected when dynamic resolution scaling is enabled. Square button, FSR, XESS, XESS, FSR, DLSS, DLSS.
So I just leave it on DLSS.
Upscale preset, legacy. Choose between the different algorithms to handle your upscaling, only available for DLSS upscaling. The new transformer model offers more image stability. Upscale preset, legacy. Choose between the different algorithms to handle your upscaling, only available for DLSS upscaling. The new transformer model offers more image stability, less ghosting, and improved anti-aliasing compared to the legacy model, which may offer better performance depending on the GPU. Square button, transformer.
Okay, I don't know what's that.
Upscale preset, transformer.
Again?
Choose between the different algorithms to handle your upscaling, only available for DLSS upscaling. The new transformer model offers more image stability, less ghosting, and improved anti-aliasing compared to the legacy model, which may offer better performance depending on the GPU.
Alright, let's
Square
try
button,
this one.
Apply changes. Upscale quality. Locked. Select the desired quality mode for the upscaling algorithm. Higher quality options use a higher intermediate rendering resolution, while high performance options use a lower resolution but will allow for higher frame rate. Will always be set to dynamic when a dynamic resolution scaling target is set in the option below. Upscale sharpness, 5. Dynamic resolution scaling, 60. Automatically adjusts the internal rendering resolution. Upscale quality, locked. Select the desired quality
I want
mode
to
for
change the
upscaling
quality,
algorithm.
but I
Higher quality
forgot why
options
I
use a higher
can't.
max generated frames, locked. The map frame generation, off. FSR frame generation, DLSS frame generation.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Square button, AMD anti-lag 2, locked. Frame generation, DF off.
So set your
DLSS frame F off.
set your frame generation to
Square button, off.
DLSS generation in order to set the settings down below.
FSR DLSS frame generation. AMD anti-lag frame generation, DLSS frame generation. Frame generation generates additional frames using the data of the latest frames. Enabling this setting disables dynamic resolution scaling.
Okay.
AMD NVIDIA anti-alias frame rate cap refresh rate for upscale method, upscale preset, legacy, upscale transform, upscale quality, balanced, performance.
So I will set on
Ultra balanced.
balanced. Yeah.
Square button, upscale preset, transformer, upscale quality, balanced. Select the desired quality mode for the upscaling algorithm. Higher quality options use a higher intermediate rendering resolution, while high performance options use a lower resolution but will allow for higher frame rate.
Okay.
Will always be set to dynamic when a dynamic resolution scaling target is set in the option below.
Good.
Upscale sharpness, 5. Dynamic resolutions, upscale sharpness, 5. Range, 0 to 10. Adjust the overall picture sharpness when using resolution scaling. Square button, dynamic resolution scaling, locked. Automatically adjusts the internal rendering resolution to achieve the best visual quality while maintaining the set frame rate. An upscale method must be selected when dynamic resolution scaling is enabled, not available when DLSS frame generation is enabled.
Okay. Good.
Square cinematic pillar boxes, on. Enables pillar boxes on ultra-high displays. Warn brightness, cinematic pillar boxes, on. Enables pillar boxes on ultra-high displays. Warning, disabling pillar boxes when playing on ultra-high resolutions may reveal visual issues on the far edges of the screen, such as clipping or other bugs. Enabling this setting is strongly recommended to experience the game as originally intended.
So
Brightness, adjust brightness and HDR settings.
this is brightness.
Note, graphic settings related to lighting, such as bounce lighting, can affect the brightness of some areas. Those settings can be adjusted in options. Graphics.
All right.
Display, 1. Select which screen, monitor, or television the game should occupy.
Now let's move
Displays are
to
numbered according to the operating system settings.
the graphic settings.
You are exiting with unapplied changes. Do you want to apply changes? No. Yes. Are you sure you want to keep apply changes? Revert. Yes. No. Yes. Graphics. Preset. Medium. Adjust various settings that affect visual fidelity and performance.
Right.
Default settings are set high. Very, very high.
Preset I can
Left
set
and right directional
to
but high.
high, I think.
Gore. Default. Modifies gore effects when set to reduced. Removes dismemberment. Removes or reduces some visible wounds. Reduces or darkens some blood effects in cinematics.
Okay.
Warning, some blood and gore remains visible with this option enabled.
And just leave it default.
Left preset level of detail. High. Adjusts the overall geometry quality based on the distance from the player. Texture quality. High. Texture filtering. 4x and up. Shadow quality. High. Screen space shadows. High. Image based lighting. On. Top-down sliding. On. Ambient occlusion. Quality. Screen space reflections. High.
So this
Adjust the
thing-
resolution/crispness of screen space reflections.
We actually don't need
Effect on
to
performance. GPU. Major VRAM. Moderate
set
CPU.
too much
Minor.
for
Left and right directional buttons.
blind player.
Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. L1 button. Show display options. R2 button. Toggle descriptions. L3 button. Hide menu. Circle button. Back.
We don't need to adjust too much for blind player. So if you don't use visual, then you can just set everything to low graphics. No problem. It will improve performance for us, at least.
Real-time reflections quality. High. At real-time cloud shot. Screen space subsurface scan. Refract depth of field. Depth of field quality. Motion blur quality. Motion blur intent. Bloom. Particle density. Volumetric effects quality. Lens flare. Full resolution. At field of view. 0. Camera shake. 10. Chromatic aberration intensity. 10. Film grain intensity. 10. Lens dirt intensity. 10. Gore. Default. Preset. Display. 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 Graphic. Audio.
All right. Let's move to
X button. Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
Audio
Circle
settings.
Button, back.
Let's
System. Language. Accessibility.
then we'll go to accessibility
X
before
button. Controls.
I will end this
X
part,
button. Audio.
and I'll start with part 2.
X button.
To
Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
begin-
Circle button. Back.
To begin the journey. Okay.
Overall, 100. Range, 0, 2, 100.
So this
Adjust
is,
the volume of all audio.
volume.
Left and right directional button. Latency, auto. Overall, 100. Effects, 100. Range, 0, 2, 100. Adjust the volume of sound effects. Overall, 100. Range, 0, 2, 100. Adjust the volume of all audio. Left and right directional buttons. Change, circle button, back. Effects, 100. Dialogue, 100. Range, 0, 2, 100. Adjust the volume of spoken dialogue. Music, 100. Range, 0, 2, 100. Adjust the volume of music. Left and right directional buttons. Change, circle button, back. Cinematics, 100. Range, 0, 2, 100. Adjust the volume of cinematics. Accessibility audio cues, 100. Range, 0, 2, 100. Adjust the volume of accessibility audio cues. Audio cues for traversal and combat can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Screen reader, 50. Range, 0, 2, 100. Adjust the volume of screen reader narration. Script 50. 100. Accessibility audio cues. Screen reader, 100. Range, 0, 2, 100. Adjust the volume of screen reader narration. Screen reader can be enabled in options. Accessibility. Cinematic descriptions, 50. Range, 0, 2, 100. Adjust the volume of cinematic descriptions. Cinematic descriptions can be enabled in extras. Commentary. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. 50, 77, 100. Open sound control panel. Open the sound control panel in your OS to configure surround speakers, sound quality and other audio device settings.
Yeah, I like it.
Output device. System default. Output device type. Auto. Headphones. Select the appropriate output device type for the best listening experience.
Okay. I just
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
leave it default, just like this.
Output device. System default. Select the desired audio output device.
So this
Left
one
and right directional buttons.
we can-
Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
are changed to not output, but I won't for this time.
Output device type. Auto. Headphones. Output channels. Auto. 3D spatial sound. Select the output channel configuration that best matches your output device. Net 1.0 mono. Output channels. 2.0 stereo. Dynamic range. Output channels. 2.0 stereo. Select the output channel configuration that best matches your output device. Note, if your surround sound configuration is not listed, open the sound control panel to configure your output device. 3D spatial sound. 2.0 stereo. 1.0 mono. Auto. 3D spatial sound.
Okay, here you are.
Dynamic range. Auto. Medium. Mono audio. Off. Combines left and right audio channels. On. Off. Output device. Display speakers. Home theater speakers. Output channel. Output display. Output channels. Auto. Output studio reference. Sound bar. Studio reference speakers. Headphones. Auto. Head output mono audio. On. Dynamic rate mono audio. On. Off. Output mode. Auto. Spatial. Adjust which spatial. Traditional. Auto. Spatial.
Okay.
Latency. Auto. Overall. 100. Audio. Let system.
All right.
Language.
Oh yeah.
X button.
Language
Select. Triangle
is,
button. Reset to defaults.
language.
Circle button. Language. Text. English. Change the language of on-screen text. Subtitles. English. Change the language of dialogue subtitles. Speech. English. Change the language of spoken dialogue. Translation prompts. Auto. On. Enables. Triangle button. Translation prompts for in-world text. When set text. Translation prompts. Auto. On. Enables. Triangle button. Translation prompts for in-world text. When set to auto, this feature is automatically enabled when a non-English text language is selected or if screen reader is enabled. Left and right directional buttons. Text. English. Change the language of on-screen text. Subtitle. Language. Text. English. Language. System.
Okay. System.
X. System. Show launcher. Off. Show the launcher when starting the game.
So this one.
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
If I turn this on, each time I launch this game, it will show the launcher, which is not accessible for NVDA player. There we got a play option. We got a display settings, so you can read or set the display using NVDA. You have quit, and you have a show launcher checkbox. So the first focus is on play. So when you press down arrow once, it will focus on display settings. You press another down arrow, it will focus on quit. And you press down arrow again, it will focus on show launcher on startup. So if you press enter on it once, it will uncheck. And if you press enter, it will check again. So yeah, just like
Left
that.
and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
You can read using OCR, by the way. But yeah, I just disabled that because I'm lazy to press enter twice each time I launch the game. So press enter on icon, desktop icon. The game launched, then you need to press enter again to play. So I want to skip that option, and I did before.
System.
So
X button. System. Show launcher. Off. Allow data collection. Full data. Allow collection of certain data about your use of The Last of Us trademark as explained in our privacy policy. www.playstation.com/legal/privacy-policy. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Pause on focus loss. On. Pause the game when the window loses focus.
okay.
Left and right directional buttons. Minimize on focus loss. Off. Minimize the game and mute audio when the window loses focus. Left and right directional buttons. Lock mouse to window. Off. Lock the mouse to the borders of the window. Use stylized cursor. On. Use a stylized mouse cursor instead of the default used by the operating system. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. Enable LED device effects. On. Enable LED device effects for keyboard, mouse, and other supported devices.
So this
Left
is
and right directional
for-
buttons. Change photo mode capture folder. Change which folder captures from photo mode gets saved into. X button.
Oh.
Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
So-
Circle button. Back.
This is for people who have sighted, who have still have vision. So yeah, doesn't matter. If you don't use it, then you can turn it off. It's okay. LED effect.
Enable LED device effects. Change photo mode capture folder. Show launcher. Off. System.
Right. Last option.
X button. Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
Last option that we need to change, and you need to pay attention on here carefully, is an accessibility. So if your settings doesn't configure it correctly, you will have a difficult to play this game later on.
Accessibility.
Right, let's go.
Alternate controls.
Okay,
Square button. Presets. X button. Select. Circle button. Back.
we go to alternate control first.
Alternate controls. Customize controls. Remap and fully customize all controls. Boat controls. Default. Change the input method for driving the boat. Controller only. Default. Use. Left stick to steer and accelerate and L2 button to reverse. Alternate, hold R2 button to accelerate and L2 button to reverse. Use left stick to steer. Default recommended for players who are blind or have low vision and are using navigation assistance to orient themselves.
Okay.
Left and right directional buttons. Alternate. Alternate.
This we need to set as alternate. So I don't know. Before this, I just used default. I haven't tried the alternate version, but it's okay. I will try alternate version in this walkthrough and see how it's going on. How it goes. Okay. Sorry for my English again. Okay. Next.
Rope ladder movement. Character. Change the directional input for movement on ladders and ropes. Character. Movement up down ladders and ropes with left stick is relative to the player's orientation. Camera. Movement up down ladders and ropes with left stick is relative to the camera's orientation. Recommended for players who are blind or have low vision and are using navigation assistance to orient themselves.
Okay. So we need to use
left and right directional buttons.
camera.
Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
Instead of character for ladder and rope movement. It's mandatory though. Mandatory.
Camera. Camera.
If not, then you will stuck here. You will stuck there, then you can't proceed the game. You can continue. You can't continue the story.
Guitar touchpad strumming direction. Vertical. Change the swipe direction for playing the guitar with the touchpad. Vertical. Default. Swipe up and down on the touchpad to strum the guitar. Horizontal. Swipe left and right on the touchpad to strum the guitar. Alternatively, you can always press X button to strum the guitar. This can be bound to a different button in customized controls under strum.
Oh, here you go.
Melee while aiming. On. Allows the player to melee with square button while aiming.
Same
When enabled,
option.
melee will take priority over
Same option
fire,
in control.
scope, or shoulder
So
swap if
just,
any of those
skip
controls are
here.
bound to quick turn. Chord or input. Adjust the input for quick turn. Accessibility chord inputs. Off. Allows the use of chords to activate control that are bound to touchpad swipes in the default controller schemes. High contrast display toggle. Standard input. Touchpad swipe left. Chord input. L3 button. L1 button. Screen reader status. Standard input. Touchpad swipe up. Chord input. L3 button. L2 button. Slow motion toggle. Standard input. Touchpad swipe right. Chord input. L3 button. R2 button. Screen magnifier. Standard input. Touchpad. Or K. Chord input. L3 button. R1 button. No return goal switch. Standard input. Touchpad swipe down. Chord input. L3 button. Triangle button. Enabling this setting is recommended when using a controller other than a DualSense unregistered trademark or DualShock registered trademark for wireless controller.
So here you
Left
can
and right directional buttons.
here.
Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
These settings is enabled by the player who don't use DualSense trademark wireless controller. So I'm using it, so I don't turn these options on. So I just leave it by default off. So let's continue.
Repeated button presses. Tap. Change the input method for repeated button press prompts.
Okay.
Tap. Default. Press the button repeatedly to progress. Hold. Hold the button to progress.
I
Left
like
and right directional but tap. Hold.
I like to use hold instead.
Hold.
Yeah, it make things easier. So wait a sec. So hold, okay.
Melee combos. Tap. Change the input method for performing a melee combo. Tap. Default. Press. Square button. Repeatedly to melee combo. Hold. Hold. Square button. To melee combo.
Okay.
Left and right directional buttons. Hold.
Same. I will change to hold because I like hold. Make things easier for us.
Hold. Aiming mode. Hold. Change the input method for aiming. Hold.
Okay.
Default. Hold. L2 button. To aim. Release to stop aiming. Toggle. Press. L2 button. To aim. Press L2 button. Again to stop aiming.
So this one
Left
I'll
and right
use
directional buttons.
hold
Change.
instead.
Triangle button.
Hold,
Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
hold as well. I just leave it default. Okay.
Sprinting. Hold. Change the input method for sprinting. Hold. Default. Hold. L1 button. To sprint. Release to stop sprinting. Toggle. Briefly hold. L1 button. To start sprinting. Briefly hold. L1 button. Again to stop sprinting. Crafting. Hold. Change the input method for crafting and upgrading. Hold. Default. Hold. X button. To start crafting and release to cancel. Toggle. Tap. X button. To start crafting and tap to cancel. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. Weapon cross open mode. Hold. Change the input method for opening the weapon cross. Mouse and keyboard only. Hold. Backpack weapon cross open mode. Hold. Change the input method for opening the weapon cross. Mouse and keyboard only. Hold. Default. Hold. Middle mouse click to open the weapon cross. Toggle. Press. Middle mouse click to open the weapon cross. Press. Middle mouse click again to close the weapon cross. Backpack weapon swap. Hold. Change the input method for swapping weapons in your holsters. Hold. Default. Hold. Square button to enter backpack weapon swapping and release to exit. Toggle. Hold. Square button or tap. Right mouse click to enter backpack weapon swapping and tap to exit. Bow firing. Hold. Change the input method for firing the bow. Hold. Default. Hold. R2 button while aiming to draw the arrow back and release to fire. Taps. Tap. R2 button while aiming to automatically draw the arrow back and tap again to fire. Screen magnifier input. Locked. Hold breath mode. Toggle. Screen magnifier input. Locked. Change the input method for enter and exiting the screen magnifier while using keyboard and mouse. Hold. Default. Hold. K to enable the magnifier and release to exit. Toggle. Tap. K to enable the magnifier and tap to exit. To modify the setting, enable screen magnifier in accessibility, magnification and visual aids. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. Hold breath mode. Toggle. Change the input method for holding your breath while aiming. Hold breath skill is unlocked as a player upgrade. Hold L3 button while aiming to hold your breath. Toggle. Default. Press L3 button while aiming to hold your breath. Press L3 button again or stop aiming to release.
So I think
Left and right directional buttons.
This
Change. Script. Hold breath mode. Toggle. Change the input method for holding your breath while aiming. Hold breath skill is unlocked as a player upgrade. Hold L3 button while aiming to hold your breath. Toggle. Default. Press L3 button while aiming to hold your breath. Press L3 button again or stop aiming to release.
I think
Left and right directional but hold.
I will set to hold, even though I haven't tried the hold breath yet. But yeah, maybe we don't use it, but it's okay. Just set to hold.
Hold. Listen mode. Hold. Change the input method for listen mode. Hold. Default. Hold. R1 button to listen. Release to stop listening. Toggle. Briefly hold. R1 button to listen. Briefly hold R1 button again to stop listening. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
So here is depend on your preference, but most people will use hold. I think me itself is using hold instead of toggle because
Toggle. Hold.
yeah, I don't like it.
Unlock camera movement. Hold. Change the input method for controlling the camera in the backpack menus. Hold. Default. Hold. Left control to unlock the camera. Release to lock it. Toggle. Press left control to unlock camera control. Press left control again to lock the camera.
Okay.
Always, the cursor is hidden and moving the mouse always controls the camera. Toggle. Always.
Okay.
List unlock camera movement. Always. Change the input method. Hold.
I think that's for keyboard.
Display / graphics menu UI visibility. Hold. Change the input method for hiding the display and graphics menu. Hold. Default. Hold. L3 button to hide the UI and release to show it again. Toggle. Tap L3 button to hide the UI and tap to show the UI again. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. Camera assist. On. Automatically reorients the camera in the direction of your movement. Controller only. Select horizontal or vertical to limit assistance to that axis. Designed for players who are new to action games or have difficulty using left stick and right stick simultaneously.
So
Horizontal. Vertical. Or on. Off. On.
the settings we just go through just now.
Left and right directional buttons. Lock on aim. Auto top. Lock on strength. 10. Arc throw lock on. Off. Arc throw lock on strength. Locked.
Oh,
Arc
wait.
throw lock on. Off.
This.
Automatically lock on to enemy targets when. L2 button. Aiming at throwable. In on.
We need to turn this on. I forgot. I think.
Arc throw lock on strength. 10. Arc throw lock on. On. Automatically lock on to enemy targets when. L2 button. Aiming at throwable. In stealth, bricks and bottles lock on slightly away from enemies to facilitate distractions. Use right stick to directly target the enemy instead.
All right.
Arc throw lock on strength. Auto weapon swap. Off. Auto pick up. Off. Automatically picks up nearby ammo and ingredients.
Yay! Auto pickup.
Left on.
Turn it on. I like it. Pick up items.
Customize controls. Remap and fully customize all controls.
Okay, done.
Boat controls. Alternate. Magnification and visual aids. Motion sickness. Magnification and visual aids.
So this we don't need it.
Score magnification and visual aids. HUD scale, default. HUD background, default. HUD color, white. HUD colorblind mode, off. HUD flashing, high contrast display. High contrast screen magnifier input, locked. Screen magnifier, off. Translation prompts. HUD scale, default. Magnification and visual aids. Motion sickness. Navigation and traversal.
Motion sickness.
Square button. Presets. X button. Select. Circle button. Back.
Maybe it's for people who have vision, I think. I don't know.
Motion sickness. Motion sickness. Camera shake. 10. Range. 0. 2. 10. Adjust the intensity of camera shake. Motion blur intensity. 10. Range. 0. 2. 10. Adjust the intensity of the motion blur effect. Camera distance. 0. Range. -5. 2. 5. Adjust the distance of the third-person camera. Field of view. Camera distance. 0. Range. -5. 2. 5. Adjust the distance of the third-person camera. Increasing this value moves the camera further from the player. Decreasing this value moves the camera closer to the player. Field of view. 0. Range. -10. 2. 10. Adjust the field of view of the third-person camera. Increasing this value makes the field of view wider. Decreasing this value makes the field of view narrower. Dolly zoom effect. On. Toggles moments where the camera moves backwards and zooms at the same time, creating a disorienting effect. Full screen effects. On. Persistent center dot. Full screen effects. On. Enable screen effects that indicate player status. Persistent center dot. Off. Displays a persistent reticle in the center of the screen, hidden during cinematics and while aiming. Camera shake. 10. Motion. Navigation and traversal.
Okay, here's the part.
Navigation and traversal. Navigation assistance. Off. On.
On it. Turn it on.
Navigation assistance. On. Pressing L3 button. Faces the camera in the direction of story progression, marking the path to follow. If enhanced listen mode is also enabled, then pressing L3 button while in listen mode, hold R1 button will instead direct the player towards the most recently scanned item or enemy.
Wait.
Left and right directional buttons. Navigation assistance. On.
Again?
Pressing L3 button. Faces the camera in the direction of story progression, marking the path to follow. If enhanced listen mode is also enabled, then pressing L3 button while in listen mode, hold R1 button will instead direct the player towards the most recently scanned item or enemy. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button.
Okay.
Back.
Sorry, I misconfused L3 and R3. Yeah, right. So when you in listen mode, you can press L3 instead. L3 as usual to point the navigation assistant towards the scan items. Yeah, as before. Same. Okay, next.
Traversal assistance. Off. Enable simplified traversal input. Press X button to automatically perform certain difficult jumps. Automatically climb ledges and squeeze through small gaps. Automatically vault small obstacles while on the horse. Automatically sprint in certain encounters. Automatically jump at the peak of a rope swing when appropriate. On. Ledge guard. Off. Guards against falling off ledges with additional audio and vibration feedback. Prevents you from falling from ledges that will kill you. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. On. Enhanced listen mode. Off. Enables the ability to scan for items. Circle button. And enemies. Square button. While in listen mode. On. Off. Enhanced listen mode. Off. Enables the ability to scan for items. Circle button. And enemies. Square button. While in listen mode. Send out a scan triggering audio cues at the target's location. The pitch of the sound changes based on the target's height relative to you.
Yeah.
If navigation assistance is also enabled, then pressing L3 button while in listen mode will direct the player towards the most recently scanned item or enemy.
Okay.
Left on.
Turn it on. We need it.
Scan range 20 meters. Range 10 to 30. Adjust the maximum distance of enhanced listen mode scans.
Okay. I'll
Left and
set
right
it to
directional 20 30 meters.
30 meters. 30 meters.
Scan time 3 4 5
I like
second.
to 5 seconds. So
Left
let's
and
see.
right directional buttons. Infinite breath. Off. On.
Infinite graph. So
Left
so
and right
for
directional
us,
buttons. Scan time 5
is
second. Range 1 2 5.
good
Adjust time for an
to-
enhanced listen mode scan to reach its maximum distance.
turn on. So
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
for blind player, it's good to turn on so you can play and you have an infinite breath underwater. But if you want to experience the more challenge, then you can turn this off. I don't know. I haven't tried before, so it's okay.
Infinite breath on. Enables infinite breath while swimming underwater. Skip puzzle option off. When in a puzzle, select skip puzzle from the pause menu to advance to the puzzle's completion.
Alright.
This setting is highly recommended for players who are blind or have low vision because some puzzle progression may not be fully accessible.
Highly recommended.
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
But I won't. I want to challenge myself. Okay, proceed.
Navigation assistance on. Press traversal assistance on. Nav screen reader and audio cues.
Alright, we go.
Square button. Presets. X button. Screen reader and audio cues. Apply vision accessibility preset. Off. Configures all the recommended settings designed for players who are blind or have low vision. This will enable settings across multiple menus, such as screen reader, cinematic descriptions, high contrast display, HUD scale, large, lock on aim, auto target, traversal and combat audio cues, navigation and traversal assistance, ledge guard, enhanced listen mode, invisibility toggle, unlimited, skip puzzle option, various adjustments in the combat accessibility menu. Left and right directional apply hearing accessibility preset off. Apply motor accessibility preset off. Apply vision accessibility. Apply hearing apply screen reader and audio cues.
So there's a preset.
Square button. Screen reader and audio cues. Screen reader on. Enables narration of on-screen text.
I don't use
When
it.
enabled, request a screen reader description of your current status with touchpad swipe up. Screen reader volume can be adjusted from the audio volumes menu.
Okay.
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
I don't use that preset actually, so yeah. I will set it. I like to set these settings manually, so I won't use it.
Cinematic descriptions off. Enables descriptive audio during cinematics.
So
This provides a spoken description of key visual elements in the scene. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
cinematic description, we can turn it on here or from extra menu. So it's the same thing. I'll show you later on before I end this part.
On.
Okay, turn it on.
Traversal audio cues off. Enables additional accessibility audio cues to assist with traversal and exploration. Plays a sound cue for jumpable gaps, climbable ledges, and squeeze-throughs. Areas that require crouching or going prone. Interacts and pickups. Nearby breakable glass. Gaining or losing movement control.
Okay.
When ledge guard is enabled, plays a sound cue when it activates. For additional sound cue information, consult the audio cue glossary.
Right.
On. Combat audio cues off. Enables additional accessibility audio cues to assist with combat and stealth. Plays a sound cue for enemy grab and strike prompts, incoming enemy melee attacks, being impaled with an arrow, aiming at an enemy, landing a shot on an enemy. For additional sound cue information, consult the audio cue glossary.
Okay.
On. Combat vibration cues off. Enables vibration cues to assist with combat. Plays a vibration cue for incoming enemy melee attacks, aiming at an enemy, landing a shot on an enemy. On. Guitar vibration cues off. Enables a vibration cue when the correct guitar note for story progression is selected. On.
Alright. This.
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
This is mandatory to turn on, as I said. Yeah, because of what? I think you can guess it, but I will tell you in the next part when we start the journey.
Speech to vibrations off. When enabled, spoken dialogue is also played through the DualSense trademark wireless controller as vibrations, allowing the player to feel how the line is delivered. Audio volumes. Adjust the volume levels of sound effects, dialogue, music, cinematics, and audio accessibility options. Audio cue glossary. Browse and listen to various audio cues that appear throughout gameplay. Screen reader. On. Screen reader and all combat accessibility. Alternate controls. Combat accessibility.
Alright, the last settings.
Combat accessibility. Enable combat accessibility. Off. On. Tinnitus sound. Enable combat accessibility. On. Enables the combat accessibility settings. These settings are designed to make combat accessible for all players. As such, they can significantly alter the gameplay experience. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
Okay.
Hostages don't escape. Off. Enemies grabbed by you will not break free while struggling. On.
I'll turn this on.
Allies don't get grabbed. Off. Allies will automatically escape when grabbed by enemies. This
Okay.
setting will not apply during certain combat encounters.
So I'll
Left and right directional
leave this
buttons.
off.
Change. Triangle but enemies don't flank. Off. Enemies will not intentionally try to get behind your position.
Okay,
Left
this
and right directional button. On.
is mandatory for blind player because if enemy intentionally try to get to behind you and you have difficult time to kill them because maybe you will be killed from behind just like that.
Reduced enemy perception. Off. Reduce enemy perception and stealth. This setting is relative to the chosen difficulty. Left and right direction. On.
Okay. I don't use stealth, but it's okay just to just turn on this option.
Reduced enemy accuracy. Off. Reduce enemy accuracy when shooting. This setting is relative to the chosen difficulty.
So
On.
this also
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
can turn it on to reduce accuracy if you just want to enjoy the story, but if you want to challenge yourself, maybe you can turn this off.
Enhanced dodge. Off. Dodge with L1 button is better at evading enemy attacks. Left and right directional buttons.
Okay.
Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
Enhanced dodge. I don't know what's that. I try to turn this on.
On. Invisible while prone. Off. You are invisible to enemies while prone and not aiming. This setting is disabled during certain encounters where stealth is not an option.
Okay.
If set to limited, the time limit will be based on the stealth difficulty settings. Left and limited. Unlimited. Unlimited.
So this is
Off.
go prone. I don't use that. I don't use this too much because I like the challenge. I like killing. I like running all the ways and stuff. So I will leave it off.
Weapon sway. On. Enables camera sway while aiming weapons.
Okay.
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
Weapon sway. How can I explain to you weapon sway? No problem.
Off.
I will try to
On.
explain to you in the next part because this just too long, this part.
Slow motion. Off. Reduces game speed when enabled.
Okay.
When set to toggle use, touchpad swipe right to toggle slow motion. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. Tinnitus sound. On. Enables an audio effect that mimics a ringing in the ears when in the proximity of an explosion. Left and right directional buttons. Tinnitus sound. On. Enables an audio effect that mimics a ringing in the ears when in the proximity of an explosion.
I haven't tried to off yet, but
Left and right direction. Off.
no, I haven't tried to use an on, but later on, if I want to use a bomb, I'll try to turn on and see how it goes.
Enable combat accessibility. On. Combat accessibility. Alternate controls.
Right, done.
Accessibility. Controls.
Okay.
Options. No return. Story. Quit to desk. Making of. The extras. Guitar free play. Play the guitar with no goal or time limit. Try alternate instruments, characters, and guitar effects. Earn skins. Lock filter galleries. Guitar free play. Play the guitar with no goal or time limit.
Oh.
Try alternate
guitar
instruments,
free play.
characters, and guitar effects.
I like it
Earn
sometimes.
points and unlock unique content by finding collectibles, earning trophies, progressing in no return, and completing the story on higher difficulties.
Okay.
Credits. What model viewer. Credits. Filter gallery. Gameplay modifiers. Speedrun recap. Model viewer. Inspect credits. What guitar free play. Play the guitar with no goal or time limit.
Where is it?
Try alternate instruments, characters, skins, filter gallery, gameplay modifiers, locked, change the behavior, speedrun recap, X making of, behind the lost left concept art, behind the scenes, commentary, enable commentary or descriptive audio over cinematics.
Oh yeah, okay.
Making of, behind the scenes look into the making of The Last of Us Part 2.
So actually, the audio description, other from accessibility settings, you can go to making of The Last of Us here.
X making of, behind the scenes look into the making of The Last of Us Part 2.
Behind the scene here.
Commentary, enable commentary or descriptive audio over cinematics.
Then you got this option.
Commentary, director commentary, locked, enables director commentary over cinematics featuring Neil Druckmann, Hallie Gross, Ashley Johnson, Laura Bailey, Troy Baker, and Shannon Woodward. Only available for the main story and English audio. To modify the setting, disable cinematic descriptions.
So here you are.
Cinematic descriptions. On. Enables descriptive audio during cinematics. This provides a spoken description of key visual elements in the scene. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
Okay.
Director commentary. Commentary. Lost levels. Playerly versions of levels that were cut during the original development of The Last of Us Part 2.
So
These
this
levels
is
are presented in an unfinished pre-alpha state and
The
have optional developer commentary.
the last
X
level.
button. Playerly versions of levels that were cut during the original development of The Last of Us Part 2. These levels are presented in an unfinished pre-alpha state and have optional developer commentary. These levels contain spoilers, and we strongly recommend that you play the original game before playing them, okay?
Yeah, this
X
just
button.
a
Lost levels. Making of. Behind the scenes look quit to desktop.
it just a warning for you.
Make lost left playerly versions of levels lost left making of. Be quit to desktop.
So I think just this from this part. I will exit the game first,
Quit to desktop? Yes.
and later on, I will launch the game, and I'll show you how I skip how I skip the music, or I can say that's the logo from the beginning. So yeah, the construction work still happening here, still ongoing. And by the way, thanks for everyone who supports this channel. Thanks to everyone who are watching the video. I hope, yeah, even though I just go through the settings and nothing much, but yeah, I hope this can help person who are maybe a developer who are trying to make an audio game or accessible video games that can be played by blind player, or yeah, maybe have a player who have vision impairment. So what else I need to say? I think that's it. Nothing more. Nothing more I want to say, because this just an introduction video, which is go through all settings. But yeah, I think it's too long for this one. I don't know, or maybe same with The Last of Us Part 1. So yeah, I just recap a few settings that you need to turn on before I end this part. So you need to set climbing a rope and ladder to camera instead of character, because you will be stuck. I have stuck at that level again, but this time not one day, but just a few hours. And I'm trying to figuring out why I'm stuck at that ladder. How can I climb that ladder? How can I jump down from that ladder? And finally I find this option, which when I toggle it to camera, and I can just easily climb that ladder and jump down from ladder. And then art throw and auto aiming. Auto aiming is important, because you have a few scenes that you need to grab the rope, throw it. Maybe we just hook the rope, and you need to climb that rope. I don't know, because the first time I play that scene or level, I just skip an option, skip puzzle, because that's a puzzle, and yeah, I skip it. But after that, I saw that rope again, and I said to myself, oh, I can't just simply skip, because I need to record this walkthrough, and yeah, if we just skip puzzle, what's the point of playing this game and know the story? Unless if that puzzle is really inaccessible for blind player, then okay to skip, but I will try as much as possible to don't or to not skip the scene. To not skip the puzzle. Sorry, I'm lost focus. So yeah, at least as long as play this game from beginning to end, I think all puzzle here we can do as a totally blind player. But sometimes we need some more patience to complete puzzle. Maybe when you're dragging something and you're stuck, you will need to try to move left and right. At least move that item first. When you're pushing item, move that item. At least that item can move to other place first before you click again on L3 to point towards the destination where you should release the item that you're pushing. So I think it's enough for now, because yeah, again, it's too long. How can I say? Okay, I will show you. I will share to you my experience before I end, which is when I climb the ladder with settings to character instead of camera, it will not bring you to the place where you should press circle button to drop from that ladder. So later on I will show you. That's it for now. See you in the next one.